James Franklin! What happened? How about those Irish? The Notre Dame Fighting Irish advance to the national championship game with a 27-24 win over Penn State in the Orange Bowl, I think, in the Orange Bowl semifinals. What a hell of a game. Finally, a really good playoff game. Besides Arizona State and Texas, most of these games have sucked. But we get a hell of a game here in the Orange Bowl. Comes down to the final seconds. How many points were combined in the fourth quarter? I believe 31 combined fourth quarter points. Notre Dame's offense really didn't look good in the first half, man. They only scored 3 points. They got that field goal at the end of the half, but they were much better in the second half, man. Scored 24 points. And yes, Riley Leonard had 2 interceptions, the 2 bad throws. But other than that, I thought Riley Leonard played much better in the second half. He went 15 for 23, 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He also had 1 rushing touchdown, 2 total touchdowns for Riley Leonard in this game. And he's a tough quarterback, man. He's a really tough quarterback. Like, he's such a good guy. Like, on and off the field. Like, he loves this game, man. He loves this team. And while he's not the most flashy quarterback, he's led this team. Got off to kind of a bad start, but he's been a good quarterback for this team. Not a quarterback that will wow you, but he's been tough. And you also got to give credit to Steve Angeli. Angeli, how do you fuck you say his name? 6 of 7, 44 yards. He was able to lead that drive before halftime, got a field goal, got him a little bit of momentum, and then scored a touchdown after halftime. So you gotta give credit to him as well, helping them score before halftime. Jeremiah Love, 11 runs, 45 yards, 4.1 carry, 1 touchdown. He didn't run the ball a lot, but the 1 touchdown he got, he fought for it. Broke off like 2 or 3 tackles. He's a freaking beast. He hurdled somebody. Jeremiah Love's going to be a stud. One of their receivers, Jaden Thomas, 1 run, 18 yards. Aeneas Williams, 2 runs, 17 yards, 8.5 a carry. Jadarian Price, 7 runs, 13 yards, 1.9 per carry. Receiving, Jaden Greathouse, 7 catches, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. He broke 2 people's ankles. He made a big play in a big game. And his 105 receiving yards tonight were a season high for Notre Dame. Came big when they need, especially at 54-yard touchdown. Aeneas Williams, 5 catches, 66 yards for the running back. Aeneas Williams. Mitchell Evans, 5 catches, 58 yards. And Jordan Faison, 2 catches, 25 yards. And Mitch Jeter with the biggest kick of his college career. Went 2 for 2, made 1 before the half, got him some momentum, and made the kick to win it. What a freaking game, man. Finally, just a game that comes down to the final seconds, besides 1 game. What a freaking win. Penn State, first time Notre Dame has been to the national championship in what, a decade, I think. So, this team is special, man. 14-1, going to the national championship. They're going to be against Ohio State or Texas, which should be a good national championship game. Riley Leonard was resilient in that second half. Even that interception he threw, those 2 interceptions, I still thought he played decent in that second half. And also they were able to run the ball more. Aeneas Williams had a big run. Thomas had 18. Leonard made some plays down the field. And they finally had an 100-yard receiver. I think both defenses wore each other down through those 3 quarters, and they were just tired in that 4th quarter. And Greathouse broke 2 people's ankles. Penn State. Penn State, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Lawler, he does not look anything like a starter. He does not look anything like a starter in the National Football League, man. He's not a good quarterback. he was terrible. I've been saying it. I don't see what the hype is with Drew Allard. 12 of 23, 139 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Should have had 3 interceptions. 2 of them they got bailed out on with calls. Didn't have the passing yards, accuracy, touchdowns, rush yards, play percentage. It honestly pisses me off that this guy was QB1 or QB2 on draft boards, man. I've been saying it. I don't see what GM's see in this guy. I mean, they had the easiest path to get to the national championship, and they still couldn't because of Drew Allard. The defense wasn't great in that fourth quarter. They were bad. But Drew Allard just cost him the game there. That last drive, there was an interception, man. They ran the football well. Nick Singleton, 15 runs, 84 yards, 5.6 carry, 3 touchdowns. Katron Allen, 19 runs, 82 yards, 4.3 carry. I don't know why they just didn't run the ball most of the game. Drew Allard didn't have it. Tyler Warren, 2 runs, 21 yards. Now going to the NFL. He also had 6 catches, 67 yards, 76 yards, and outside of that, Singleton, 2 catches, 23 yards, and Khalil Dinkins, 2 catches, 21 yards. You don't see Harrison Wallace. You don't see Amari Evans, where the fuck his name is. Drew Allard sold the game, man. But Marcus Freeman, you got to give all the credit to Marcus Freeman. You got to be just a sick man if you don't want to see him succeed. Well, if you hate Notre Dame. I mean, he may not be winning the national championship, but for them to even make the national championship, because, come on, who would have picked Notre Dame to make the national championship at the start of the season? Like, in year 1, 9-4, year 2, 10-3, and this year now, 14-1, and makes the national championship game. Like, it's year 3, and he's taking him back to the national title game first time since 2012. Like, that's a fucking wild. And people are like, oh, he hasn't done shit, they play literally nobody. Well, so did Texas, besides Arizona State. And Notre Dame's had to beat Indiana, Georgia, and Penn State. I bet most people picked those teams to beat Notre Dame, and now they're like, oh, he ain't beat anybody. You don't get here by not beating anybody. Dummies. Tap, 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 tap. Duke can coach. Coach some ball. Just can't believe it. I really thought I picked Notre Dame, but I just had a feeling Penn State would win, and they didn't. They should have just kept running the ball, and they had a few timeouts. They should have just kept running the ball. Nick Singleton had 3 fucking touchdowns, man. Abdul Carter played well. Drew Allard just with the game on the line, sold it. I would have gave the ball to my running backs, man. And James Franklin, look, they made the semifinals. You can't blame James Franklin for Drew Allard's mistakes. I mean, yeah, I made fun of him at the start of the video. And yes, 4-20 is top 10 teams. I normally make fun of James Franklin, but I can't blame this one on James Franklin. I can't. I mean, Drew Allard, this one's on Drew Allard. I mean, I guess you can blame. I mean, he coached a decent game. I just feel like his biggest mistake was letting Allard throw it with the game on the line. I would have ran the football there. He tried to force a throw and it wasn't there. I mean, I know it's agendas and narratives, but I can't really put this game on James Franklin as much as I want to. But, I don't know, I feel like he shouldn't have trusted Drew Allard there. I mean, yes, 4-20 isn't a coincidence, but Penn State blew his game in the second half. Like, he won 2 games in these playoffs, one against SMU and Boise State. Easy games. But just, Penn State wide receivers tonight, 0 receptions, 0 yards, 0 touchdowns, man. No, they did not utilize their receivers at all. I said it before the recap, before in the preview, my predictions, that their receivers aren't good. Neither team had a great receiving corps. But Notre Dame stepped up tonight. They had a guy step up, Jaden Greathouse. They had Mitchell Evans, Aeneas Williams step up. Penn State and other receivers made damn catch. All they had was Tyler Warren. maybe they should recruit better receivers there. I don't know, man. Like, all they had was Tyler Warren, Nick Singleton, and Dinkins. Other than that, nobody else really showed up for them, man. I just can't believe it. That was a fantastic football game, man. I really enjoyed it. Finally, a really good playoff game. And I don't know how Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois to start the season. They're 14-1. Maybe that was just a fluke game. But just crazy stat. Just from that, from the receivers. I don't seem to see the join a conference or you lost to Northern Illinois lines anymore. Like, the Notre Dame haters have gone to hiding. I know you want to hate Notre Dame that bad. It's a team people live to hate. I mean, maybe join a conference, I guess. But people probably thought they would get blown out in this game. And they ended up winning. I mean, your toughest opponent shouldn't just be in the playoffs, but hey, it's how it works. But you know, some coaches have won natties in their third year at Notre Dame. Can Marcus Freeman join those list of coaches? Some list of coaches. We'll see. Marcus Freeman's a good dude. And Notre Dame made big plays. Both teams made big plays, but just a bad mistake by Drew Allard at the end. I was rooting for Notre Dame. I just wanted to see Penn State choke. But 14-1 for Notre Dame to go to the Natty. Penn State ends their season 13-3. Yeah, tough one, man. Abdul Carter plays ass off. 3 guys play their ass off. Katron Allen, four guys. Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, Tyler Warren, and Abdul Carter. They play their ass off. And yes, you can keep the James Franklin narrative, and it's funny to me, but you just can't blame that. But Drew Lawrence probably going to return to college football. I don't see him being an NFL quarterback. He definitely needs to stay. But even if he goes in 2026, I don't see him being I don't see him being an NFL quarterback then. But congratulations, Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman. Notre Dame's fans are going to the national championship next week. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Texas, Ohio State in the second semifinal. So yeah, that's all to say. Peace.